All right, everybody, welcome back in TCP SuperSystem. I am your creator, Jason. Again, bringing you these alerts daily. It took me 2 to 3 years to build this for those that may be seeing this for the first time. Again, we bring the alerts to you daily in hopes that you'll like, share, subscribe so we can keep making this free. And I can tell you that this system has helped us identify extraordinary opportunities, whether trends are up or down, to make alpha returns that far exceed that whole 7% standard that you would get in the equity markets. That is not what we're here for. Um, and obviously, with that said, I do share this information for informational purposes only, whether it's the signals, the interpretations, the actions that we take. But I do hope that you can leverage it in your research efforts, and maybe it'll change your life like it's changing our life. So with that said, I do want to look at something today. It's going to be an equity, actually, not a crypto, but we do cryptos and equities. But if you have a particular asset, you can put that down in the comments, and we will take a look and maybe create a recording for that particular asset, and/or make it part of our one of our nightly updates. I just put out a show or stream just a minute ago. It covered about four of the alerts that we got in today. Actually, I can show you what they were. They were Filecoin, SWI, Stellar, and Jito. So I would urge you to take a look at that. But that is not what we're doing in this one. So I want to take a look at Tesla real fast, because I want to show you something. Because Tesla, in my opinion, is a misunderstood stock. Um, a lot of people think it's a car company, and that is not what Tesla is. It's an AI play. It's a more of a technology company than a car company. They make money from various different channels, whether it's robotics, it's going to be taxis, it's going to be storage. I mean, you name it, they're going to have multiple channels, and the car channel is probably not going to be their winner. And you can see this thing's come down from, somewhere approaching, actually, what was that? Right around 480, give or take a few dollars. And I want to show you how this system works. It just is an example. And again, there's three components to this. There's the main indicators on the chart section. That'll have some moving averages. It'll have your trend identified in the clouds, whether it's green or red. And you'll see some diamonds and some yellow triangles and up labels or down labels. The yellow triangles and labels are potential trend reversals and confirmed trend reversals. Um, Again, you got the cloud for the trend, moving averages, and then the most important signals, in our opinion, are the dark red diamonds, and that's a light green, but there's also dark green diamonds. The dark green colored diamonds are typically what we would consider the most opportunistic times to scale in, scale out, do whatever you might want to do. That's up to you. Again, these aren't recommendations to buy or sell, but this is where we find those opportunities. Um, at the bottom are three hot sensors: short term, medium term, long term. Again, for as an example, that dark red diamond you saw right there, nailed it at the top. It was red. It pulled back a little bit, but that cloud was still green, so you knew it was in an uptrend. But that's how you can make some quick gains there, and then add to your bag. That's just one way to use it. Um, and again, just looking at Tesla though, because it's come down a lot, I want to show you. Worst case scenario, we got a confirmed downtrend right about here. Let's take the worst case on the bottom of this candle. So somewhere right around 386. 386 down all the way to, even if you didn't do anything until you got the next one, and that was up here at the top of this candle, it's 273. It's $100. Okay. I guess that's all I really need to say. So that saves you a lot of pain. Some people play stock options. More risky. I hate stock options, to be honest. But it's a good way to hedge if you understand hedging. If you have any large positions out there. But yeah, but now Today is April 21st. And you can see, again, we got a confirmed downtrend on the 11th. So that was about 10 days ago? Yeah. No, 10 days. Yeah, 10 days ago. And you can see that cloud is turning red. But I want to show you how these hot sensors work. So we're looking for two things on the hot sensors: crossovers, color scheme. Color scheme being white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red, up to the upside and downside. Again, red being the opportunity, the best opportunities, I guess. I'd probably say orange or red, but red are what we try to focus on. And then the crossovers. So you can see we had the crossover. Now it's been a little choppy here late. You can see the chop, and you got multiple different signals. But so that's when you get choppiness, it's tough. But that's how you can use these other signals. So you can see we got the crossover basically the same day we got the confirmed downtrend, and we're not improving. We're, I guess, unimproving, if you will. So it's getting worse. So we're going white, now we're gray. So this thing could continue down. Again, the color schemes are getting worse on the medium and long term. We've gone gray to blue, we've done blue to yellow. So this thing could be coming down. Interesting though, is that today? That is going to be, that is today, earnings. I guess it's probably going to be, not sure it's come out yet, but we'll see what they report. So I don't really like to trade around earnings because you're guessing. Whether it's good or bad, it can still go against you because some of this can be manipulation. Market makers can wick you out one way or the other to get that leverage out of there. So be careful with that, especially right around major earnings announcements. But our system, if I was doing something today, it would be, if anything, to the downside, but that's just us. Again, not financial advice. Until we get down to orange or red on some of these, start maybe getting a dark green diamond, just some more indication that we're at the bottom. And so I don't think we're there yet, and that could create some amazing opportunity for Tesla in the long term. There are some prominent people out there that we follow and trust a lot. I won't call them out, at least not yet. But we watch them daily, and they are very intelligent. They leverage data to support everything they do, and it's very interesting. That guy can probably guess who he is, but yeah. So I want to show you this, and this is probably the most important for this chart, to be honest, the way the signals are set up right now. And that is the mean reversion data at the top. We have several things we're looking at. Extreme zones are the hash lines, top and bottom. Solid green, solid red, opportunity zones. And that's really just for us to assess against the price action, right? So the red being the most volatile, it's going to be up and down a lot more than the orange and blue, but there's certain things we want it to do in conjunction with the orange and blue. So we want that red. If you think, let me put it this way, the fact that it's come up and it's back down below the opportunity zone that's green, and the orange and blue are trending toward those extreme zones, that is not a good sign. Could this have a huge bounce tomorrow? Sure. But typically, these things will come down into these extreme zones, and they could even trend here for a while in that red. And if all three are down there, you want to kind of see, you want to see that play out. And then I would be willing to, I'm not going to say bet you, but I'd be willing to say that you could probably get that action by the time the red is getting back up to this green opportunity zone. Then what we would want to see is the orange and blue. I would like to see one of them penetrating into that green opportunity zone, and the blue one's the slowest one, so it may be a little lagger, but that's what we want to see. And I would be willing to probably tell you that when these are all down in the extreme zones, if they make it down, you're probably going to see a dark green diamond. It doesn't happen every time, but it's going to be a great opportunity if it does, and I'm hoping that's below 200. If it is, I can tell you that we will be actively seeking a opportunity to enter Tesla. We do not have any right now. No one pays us to make any comments, so no interest in this stock at this time, other than I think it's a great long-term play. So that is Tesla in a nutshell with the TCP SuperSystem. I am Jason, your creator. Again, we appreciate any and all support. We're keeping this free, so please like, share, subscribe. We will bring you any crypto or equity that you want. Just put it in the comments. Engage us. We will engage you. With that said, happy trading, and we will see you in the next one.